Hi, I'm Jessie and this is Not the Disney Jessie. So this week I thought we would talk about a book that I've recently read, and it is by Franta. It is a work in progress, and I have to say I wasn't expecting too much from this book other than its aesthetically pleasing design, but it actually surprised me. It was quite a good read, very easy, not so disruptive, and it was extremely inspirational. He details how he grows up, how he has tried to find who he was, how that actually wasn't right for him, and now how he is trying to find what is right for him, and how he has found what is right for him as well. It has amazing pictures. I'll see if I can find... This is my favourite page for the pictures. So it's got all his own photography in it, which is really pretty, really nice to look at. And it's just a brilliant way of telling how he has grown up, and he has a good way of using anecdotes in order to pass on life advice. And it's good life advice. I mean, it's about finding out who you are, how that might not take 2 seconds, or you might not even find out until you're an adult, till your mid-20s or something. And it's kind of about finding out what you like, doing more of that rather than doing all these things that you convince yourself you like, which I found personally great advice, because that's all that you ever should do in life. You should always do the things that you love. You shouldn't have to worry about other people's opinions, or like if you might look ridiculous. It should be about you and what you enjoy, and if that is what you enjoy, you shouldn't let others stop you. And he gives that type of advice in this book countless times. He says, do what you love and, pursue it to the nth degree. And you shouldn't have to worry about anything else. And it may not have goals in terms of your schooling or your work prospects that you may see, but it makes you happy. And from experience myself, I know that it actually makes you work better if you're happy. And he kind of illustrates this through his own personal experiences and how he got to where he is through just doing what he liked. I mean, his YouTube career started because he thought he might give it a go, and it turned out he really liked it, so he continued it on. It also has about the conflicts that he went through in terms of college versus YouTube. So it's kind of like a school versus career type situation, which I found quite interesting because I didn't know that he had gone through that. So it was kind of interesting to see the conflict between the two, because I know probably in other people's lives that kind of happens. Doing things that you like to do, that are your hobbies, or school, or the normal day-to-day tasks like work and homework and stuff like that. And he kind of went with his gut feeling and did what he thought was right and what he wanted to do and could see himself doing in the future. And it really worked out for him. I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time because it's quite risky what he did and it might not work out. But he took a chance, and he didn't care too much about other people's opinions, apart from his parents, which you should always get your opinions of your parents, and you may or may not listen to them, but if they're the ones kind of controlling the situation, i.e. paying for your education or something, then you should probably get their opinion first. It's just full of fantastic life advice that literally anyone can use in day-to-day life, and it would really improve their mental health and mental well-being, because it kind of all comes together to create the person who you want to be. It's advice that will help you along the way on to achieving who you're supposed to be in everyone's mind, or in your mind. And I think that's great, and that's what everyone needs to hear. I mean, I know I especially need to hear it sometimes, and I love that I now have a book that I can just refer to for some great advice. So if I'm ever stuck in a situation or something like a conflict of interest or something like that, I can kind of just think back to this book, because it does give useful tips to get through life and to kind of resolve those conflicts and those situations, which I really enjoyed reading about, because it also has the conflicts and situations that he had to go through and that he had to resolve, and so it kind of is passing down wisdom. Also in this story, or in this book, he has his coming out story, which he made a video about when he finally decided to tell everyone, which was very emotional, and it kind of tells you what he went through beforehand to get to that video, and it's quite a lot of denial and questioning and doubt, but in the end he kind of accepts it because it is part of who he is. And the best part, or the best way to solve that type of problem, is accepting who you really are. And that's kind of what he says in here. He says not to shy away from yourself, to just let it become a part of you and let it grow, and just accept it, really. So, as well as the amazing content in this book, it is aesthetically pleasing. Have you seen this one? It's just an amazing layout of the book. It's littered with his photography and his photos, and it's just so beautiful. Okay, I don't think he could have done it any better. I mean, all you have to do is open up the front page and have that. And it says, "For the deep thinkers, big dreamers, and innovative creators of the world who inspire me." How amazing is that quote? And along with the picture, it kind of says it all for me. And it's just littered with kind of types of photos that are just beautiful, some of them, and then it makes you appreciate how great a photographer he actually is, because I don't think you kind of see it through his Instagram and such. So it really does show you the best parts of him, and it also shows you the worst parts, but it shows you how he overcame those worst parts, how he could become the person that he is now, and the person that he's wanted to be for a while. So that's kind of all I have for you this week. I'm sorry it's probably not as long a video as I have previous times, but I decided to do this video this week because he has a new book coming out. His second book is available to pre-order now on Amazon for the US, Canada, and I believe somewhere else. Unfortunately, it's not available to pre-order in the UK yet, but hopefully it will be, because I'm sure it'll be as fantastic as this book is, if not more. Okay, so that's all. Like, comment, and subscribe if you liked this video, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!